Even quicker. We're hearing that perhaps within the next year. Nevertheless, Luke Pollard, the Times is reporting now that the Home Office has begun the process of tendering for asylum accommodation contracts that will run from 2029, so after the end of this Parliament, until 2036, with a possible extension to 2039. Are you sure there aren't more contracts going out for asylum hotels right now?
I'm afraid that would be a matter for the Home Office rather than the Ministry of Defence.
So on the one hand, you're saying you'll end this by the end of the Parliament, but on the other hand, you don't know if the Home Office is putting contracts out to tender right now.
So when we look across the entire asylum system, there are contracts in support of asylum seekers wherever they are housed. We've been very clear.
Let's come back to these potential hotel contracts that the Times is reporting. Do you know, yes or no, if there are contracts out for tender now that will run into the 2030s?
Forgive me, I don't know the details of that. That's a Home Office matter. But I do know that if you are taking a military base...
Come on, it's a government matter. Why don't you know, when you said your ambition is to stop asylum hotels before the end of this Parliament, if there are contracts out there, out to tender, for people to run hotels into the 2030s? Why don't you know that?
Forgive me, I'm not going to make an answer up I don't have the answer to. But if I can explain that the contracts that the Home Office have are to run asylum accommodation. So for the military barracks that we are providing to our Home Office colleagues, they're not run by the MOD, really importantly. They will be run by a provider that will have a contract with the Home Office. It's right that there is a contractual framework in place for the provision of those services, which relates everything from food and cleaning up to security, and it's right that those contract negotiations happen. We know that we inherited a series of contracts from the last government that the Home Affairs Select Committee were not very pleased with when their report came out yesterday, and rightly so, because I don't think those contracts were good enough. But the contracting relationships and how they have that would be a Home Office matter.
I appreciate your pointing to the previous government, and absolutely, when it comes to that Home Affairs Select Committee report, they were pointed to as well as the current government. But here we are, more people have crossed the Channel this year so far than in the whole of last year. You're not getting a handle on the situation.
Well, I think we're making progress in fixing some of the mess, but there's still more to do. So I'm glad that the Home Office has hired more caseworkers. That means the backlog can be processed faster, and it is. It's also right that we've taken an approach that instead of having a gimmick of a